Hey everyone, welcome back to the Monday night SolForge Fusion Digital Client stream here for Stoneblade Entertainment. I am Jurch, head of organized play and events, and I'm really glad to be back for another week of this. Hopefully, fingers crossed, things will go a little bit better than last week because now y'all can still see my face, which I'm a fan of. It kind of, lets you know that there's a person behind here. I've done a kind of a production no-no. I've got a pretty white background with a white shirt, but I had to represent my Minnesota Timberwolves tonight because they just won their playoff series and they're continuing on to the furthest that the franchise has ever been, and it's a very important. I mean, it's sports, so it's relatively important, but that's a team that's been very close to my heart since I was a young kid. So being able to see them succeed for the first time in 20 years is a pretty important deal to me. So you'll just have to deal with white on white for this, but I assume once we get to gameplay, you won't even be looking at me anymore. As always, we like to play through on the digital client here. So we're going to load up some matches. But before we do that, I actually have to open up the decks that I'm going to be playing tonight because I like doing sealed. I like the limited format. It also is on brand because last weekend we had a sealed digital client event. And then this upcoming weekend, we're having a second one. So as the night goes on, I'm going to talk more about those, going to talk about some of the other events that are going on. But first, let's open up this booster and see what we're going to get. As per usual, I'm going from set one, the alpha set, and we are going to open this up and go faction by faction. I am treating this as if I was in a sealed event and what kind of decks I would play, and then trying to help other less experienced players with a mindset for how to be playing this competitively. So, first deck is the Utera, and that is what? The Scolding Dragon Generals. So we're going to see what we get with that. We start out with a Camouflaged Ranger, a Kindred Rex. So I might have to be playing some dinosaurs with that Kindred Rex, but then I might need some life gain with it too. Let's see if I get either one of those. Leyline Vermin, Nap Time is a little bit of life gain. Primal Surge has life gain synergy. Refreshing Bartok could work. Regenerating Packmaster for some warrior synergy. Shifting Batterhide, that's good for silencing, and it's a dinosaur. Swamp Moss Lurker's a dinosaur. And Pterodon Mauler. So we got a lot of dinosaur synergy here with 1, 2, 3, 4 dinosaurs. Not a whole lot of life gain to kind of bump up with the Kindred. But that Rex, even at level 1, is a 2/4. 2/4 is not great. But let's see who we got as our Forgeborn. We got Nova. So that is our Nova there. We've got Nova's Wrath, which is working with minions. Nova's Dominion, which is also working with minions. And then Nova's Touch, which is some removal. So this deck has a lot of good pieces, especially in a limited format. So like where it's sealed and you have to be choosing two from a select four. You like to look for things that are removal and then quick and easy synergies. So I really think that this is off to a good start. We'll see if we can get some more life gain in like the Necrium or some more dinosaurs in the Tempest to really make these halves work together. Or we might try to go with minions in a Loyan because it seems like that there's some opportunities for like replacement synergy and some warrior synergy. So we've got options with each of these. Next up, we are going with Necrium. And this is the Assassins of the Dark Shard Take. We start with a Broodfang, a Corrupt Apparition, Dr. Frankenbaum, Epidemic, Forsaken Spectre, Portal Shade, Spirit Leash, Steadfast Creeper, Steadfast Meba, and Zimus. That doesn't there's no life gain there for the Kindred. There is no dinosaurs and no reliable minion generation. Forgeborn is Nyx Nikia. So we've got that's not a great option, I don't think. Let's see what we got next. We've got the Aloyan. I know that doesn't show up well on camera. The Pawns of the Ninth Gauntlets. Oh, hey, we got some people in chat. Scuba Toad and Hyumphyum. Yep. Oh, that one's gonna be difficult for me to say all night. But yeah, Swamp Moss Lurker is a good, nice free card if you can get some life gain somewhere to get above that 50 health threshold, and then hope you see it in the first deck cycle. So let's see if this Alolan can do some minions or maybe some warrior synergy to help pair with this Utera. So Digitize Electronet is good, but it's not helping. Force Field, that's some warrior synergy. Metamind Overseer gets to be playing a minion. The Protective Tactician doesn't help so much. Reinforced Sentry also doesn't help too much. Salvage Inventor is allowing me to play some minions. Shield Bearing Tinker is a lot of minion hate. Stout Virtuoso, Warmonger mod, not great, but it's leading over the Necrium. And then the Forgeborn is Ironbeard. Move a creature to the back row of its lane, give it -5 attack. Then you've got give a creature +8 attack. This turn it gets 8 armor. And then shields up you and your creature get 10 armor this turn. Not a great pairing, but it's got a little bit for like replacement synergy. So I'm feeling more comfortable with that over the Necrium at this point. And we'll just see what our Tempest has to offer. That is the Testing Legion. Okay. Oh, Hyumph. Yup. I'm Scam Banner Bammer in the client. Oh yeah, okay, awesome. Good to see you again. You were one of the ones that was playing on Saturday's event, which we will get back to once I figure out what I'm going to be playing. So in this Tempest, we're hoping for dinosaurs or warrior synergy. Otherwise, it's going to be some tough sledding in this sealed environment. So Arrogant Stormling, nice big glass cannon, but doesn't really help with any of our synergies. Ice Storm, a little bit of board control. Piercing Breaker, Pyre Song, Pyromantic Worm, Steadfast Glider, which is a dinosaur, Stone Skin, Stormcaller, Stout Warhound, and Windspark Elemental. And then we've got a Korok here to boot with Lightning Speed. Give your creatures +2 attack. This turn they get aggressive. Flame Strike, deal 8 damage to a creature, and Demolish, destroy a creature with decreased attack. None of these, as far as I could really tell, was doing a whole lot for the really strong synergies that I think this Utera was bringing to the table. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if I can come up with anything that's going to be a good fit. I think I'm gonna go the Tempest, and the Necroom deck sounded a bit aggressive. You discounted it pretty quick. Yeah, okay. Let me look back at that. Scuba Toad, I trust your judgment. So let me look back at that Necrium deck and see what we're working with. So we've got Broodfang. Activate if one of your creatures was destroyed this turn. Give a creature minus attack and health. The Corrupt Apparition is, even at level 1, it is a 4/6, and it says deploy. This deals 5 damage to you. And deploy, you may destroy another one of your creatures to give this +2/+2. So it does synergize with the Broodfang. Then we've got Dr. Frankenbaum, which is always a big body. It's a 4/5 at level 1. And when a creature is destroyed by this, you may play a mindless zombie minion to any lane, which is good to be getting those on the board. Epidemic is reducing the attack and health of all creatures. Forsaken Spectre. It has stealth. It is a spirit warrior, so we do have a warrior there. And if this is unopposed, give it attack and health. Portal Shade also has stealth, and I can destroy this to give a creature +5 attack. Also kind of works with the Broodfang. Spirit Leash, give a creature -4/-4. That's some soft removal, especially early on. And then you may give a spirit attack and health, which then works with the Apparition, the Spectre, and Portal Shade. The Steadfast Creeper, that is dealing damage to an enemy player unless they destroy one of their creatures, so it's removal option. Steadfast Amoeba, and then Zimus, which is also a warrior. Yeah, I love Broodfang, Zimus, and Creeper in Limited. Yes, I think that those individually are pretty strong in Limited. I also like what the Tempest could be offering people in a limited format. Steadfast Amoeba is pretty good stats. It does at the end. Let's see. Steadfast Amoeba ends up as a 13/15 in level 3. So that does get pretty big, but it starts out only as a 2/3. So that's, but actually, level 2, that's a 13/14. So that's huge at level 2. That's a good catch, Scuba Toad. I won't have those decks go too far. I wonder if I don't go the Tempest Necreum and go super aggressive. Okay, I'm going to scan those 3 decks in and make a couple of decks, and then, because we're here for another 2 hours, so we'll have an opportunity to try these out and see where we get. And as opposed to last week where I accidentally didn't scan it to my account, I scanned it to the OP account and then had to go back and fix that. Let's see if we can do this right the first time. All right. So that was the Utera. The Tempest. And the Necreum. And then we will see, well, we'll have plenty of opportunity to try these combos out a little bit. And then if we're feeling frisky, we might throw that Aloyan in, but we shall see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then jump into the digital client here. That's not the window that I want. And then we will see, well, we'll have plenty of opportunity to try these combos out a little bit. And then if we're feeling frisky, we might throw that Aloyan in, but we shall see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then jump into... we've got 1. And that was the only other dinosaur here that we had in the entire set. That's not the window that I want. In the entire, we will see. Well, we'll have plenty of opportunity to try these combos out a little bit. And then if we're feeling frisky, we might throw that Aloyan in. But we're testing out here to see how this is going to work. We shall see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then jump into... we've got 1. Scolding. And that was the only other dinosaur here that we had in the entire set. That's not the window that I want. In the entire, we will see. Well, we'll have plenty of opportunity to try these combos out a little bit. And then if we're feeling frisky, we might throw that Aloyan in. But we're testing out here to see how this is going to work. We shall see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then jump into... we've got 1. And that was the only other dinosaur that we had in the entire set. That's not the window that I want. In the entire, we will see. Well, we'll have plenty of opportunity to try these combos out a little bit. And then if we're feeling frisky, we might throw that Aloyan in. But we're testing out here to see how this is going to work. We shall see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then jump into... we've got 1. And that was the only other dinosaur that we had in the entire set. That's not the window that I want. In the entire, we will see. How's that? Is that working better? Okay. Yeah, I'm trying a system here where it's working better and less lagging, but now it's lagging there. Ooh. Okay. Give me a second. Oh, fixed? Okay, we're good now? Excellent. Okay, that's good. As always, I appreciate the feedback. I'm trying to figure out how to make this system run smoothly on a computer that doesn't necessarily uh, where it's handling everything that it can. All right, so we'll see if this is working well. Okay, so we're testing it here. We're just going to jump into a live battle and see if we can be facing off against anybody. What we type and when you see it in the chat. Oh yeah. Uh Rick Brett, I think that might be me just not catching it right away. I think that might be the error that's going on. Ooh. All right, well, I've got my full dinosaur contingency going on here, and then I've got an opportunity to be doing some spell slinging or removal there, but either way, first and foremost, we have to get that Rex out. So let's see how that is working. All right. And it looks like my opponent is trying to not let me keep that Rex around. So I have a few options for the direction I can go. I can go with the Pterodon Mauler and then just have that battle. The Steadfast Batterhide wouldn't do me any good here. Stormcaller, and then hope that my opponent lets me play the spell for free where I would Ice Storm, but I don't want to risk my opponent letting me play a card. So I think I'm going to go the Mauler and then have it battle. And sadly, that's a trade because they drew a pretty strong card right off the rip, but that's okay because I get to keep my Rex around a little bit. Oh, and it's going to die anyways. Not a great start. All right, now I got a bunch of creatures, some that are looking for replacement going on. I think I might do the Bartok into the Packmaster and lean into that warrior synergy. Because a Packmaster that starts out that big, that's a really good start. 9 health. And if I play it after the Bartok, then it's going to get boosted 2/2 because of the Bartok. But that Vid Icarus then would trade, which I don't like. Unless we just open lane and try to be a little bit aggressive with this. So we didn't replace anything, so we don't gain. That'll be good for me to know going forward, is to maybe not necessarily keep the Kindred Rex alive at all costs, but possibly just be trying to keep creatures around for a lot of the replacement that I've got going on. We'll see. I mean, we've got hours to test around. Okay, so I only took 4, which isn't that bad. Okay. End of the first deck cycle. We'll take Magus, got bumped up there. Leyline Vermin's going to be a good one. And then maybe Pyre Song too. Yeah, this isn't a great start. These pairings aren't wonderful. Oh, not good at all. But we got to get that Pyre Song leveled up, so then When it comes time for levels 2 and 3, that'll be destroying multiple enemy creatures. We need to get that going for us. So, not great. Not just because we're behind on health. First deck cycle, that's not mattering too much. What I'm more concerned about is the cards that I didn't get to see to level up. Ooh, a Betrayer Alluvian. Okay. So Kindred Rex. We've got that level 2. We've got the level 2 Packmaster. And then another warrior here. I think... Let's see. I think I might be trying to bait because I don't like that the only spell that I've got left is this Ice Storm. But let's see if I can bait my opponent into making a poor decision here. Taking the damage, okay. Okay, not good. Oh, gross. Yep, that definitely punished me there. Well, now I have to do the Kindred Rex. And this Grimgaunt Predator doesn't bother me because it's only going to destroy a level 1 enemy creature, and I'm going to be playing a level 2. I'm not too concerned about my health at this point. I more want to keep that Rex around. So I think we're going to go there. And I'm setting up to use my Forgeborn ability in the third turn of this deck cycle. Okay, now we got some pieces. I think, So if we go the Shifting Batterhide here, we are going to give it +2/+2 and have it battle. Let's have it battle there. And then push a creature back, an enemy creature back, and have it lose all printed abilities. We're going to go there. And now I'm thinking I could either do Pyre Song or potentially Leyline Vermin. My opponents use their Forgeborn ability. Oh, and they got a double Alluvian. Ah. Well, that was no fun. I don't want that to continue to stick around, so we're going to go like this, and then we're going to blank there. Oh, man. See, this is once again highlighting the benefits of hard removal. In that if you've got things like Dreadbolt or you've got things that are reducing the health and attack, then that's where that really benefits. Ooh, we've got a question in the chat. Is there a way to tell a card is a betrayer just by looking at it, or do you just have to know it's off faction? There is a way, and next time a betrayer comes up, I will be able to show you. But the long and short of it is in the space here, like the text box, it'll show the original faction icon with it. So you'll see it there, original faction icon, kind of almost like a watermark behind the text if there is any, and then you'll know that what faction it's supposed to be in. It's a really cool feature. Okay, well, now it's the end of the deck cycle, and I don't have any creatures in order to use my Forgeborn ability with. Huh. Not good. Not good. I'm not liking the way this is playing. I want to do the double creature here in order to get something going, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it to any consequence, because that would be giving the next creature I play +4/+4. Okay, let's try this. So my thinking is then I'm probably going to do the Windspark Elemental in hopefully open lane, but I think my opponent is going to play creature in this lane to fill up all the lanes, and then we're just going to be in a world of hurt, and I will probably have to go to the Pterodon Mauler. Yeah. Ah. Okay. Doesn't matter a whole lot because that also has stealth, but I have my Forgeborn ability, which I wanted to use to be very aggressive. Turns out that's not quite going to happen the way that I wanted. But if we go like this, it gets 4/4. So I'm going to have one big creature on the field, but it's not really going to matter. Yeah, they can destroy an enemy one, but we don't have a level 1. And now I get to deal 8 damage to a creature. Okay. Yeah, this Bartok works if I have a creature, but I need to have a creature. Okay. So I definitely am going to try the Necromutera pairing to see if that will yield any more positive results. Okay, so I get to give the next creature 8/8. Regenerating Packmaster would be good with the warrior I have in play. And I get to deal 8 damage to a creature. I can't see a situation where this is. Well, let's force my opponent here. So either they're going to take 10 damage and then by getting value out of this gizmo minion, or they'll just have that gizmo as a chump blocker. Or that one. Okay. Interesting. That's going to work out in my favor, I think. Because now I've got Leyline Vermin, level 3, where it's an activate. Okay, good. They got that Dreadbolt out of the way. So I might Leyline Vermin into a Pterodon Mauler. Can't really be affording any damage to get through at this point. So we'll just go like that. My opponent has enhances their Forgeborn ability. All right, it is not looking great for old Jurchy boy here, because I'm probably just going to have this Pterodon Mauler as a blocker here, or now it might have to be a blocker over here depending on what my opponent's going to do. Yes. 9 damage. Okay. Plus that 4 is 13, so that would be enough. Oh, that is a good move because now I have to replace. In order to give this aggressive, the Pterodon Mauler, I have to replace my level 3 Leyline Vermin. So my opponent will be doing 10 damage to me, 10 out of the 12. I still won't destroy that there, and I'll be down to 2 health. Okay. Hmm. I think I have to go. Ugh, it would be so nice if I had another dinosaur here, but I don't. So I think I have to go Kindred Rex and then the Camouflaged Ranger in this last lane and hope that my opponent doesn't have any more hard removal. I don't remember if they do. Yeah, give an enemy creature -5 attack. That doesn't matter at this point. Let's see. So that would be gaining +2/+2, so I'd be up to a 5/7. I would prefer this, where I guarantee the trade, and my opponent either has to take 7 damage or let me play a spell for free. Well, that spell is going to be destroying a couple of creatures that have decreased health. That may have just won me the game. That may have just won me the game because I've got 20. Oh, yep, my opponent didn't play a card. Ooh! Wow. That that was lost there until my opponent let me play that spell. Never let your opponent play free cards. If you have a choice, never let your opponent play free cards. Because then I was able to clear 2 lanes as opposed to my opponent taking the damage and then being able to cover. And if they had something where they could have covered 2, even if it was chump blocking, then they win. So that was very fortunate. And you know, maybe if they couldn't cover both lanes, then the match is over anyways. So Ninja win, yes. Very close. Okay. Uh let's go back and try what Scuba Toad was suggesting. With the Necreum, the Assassins of the Dark Shard take. And we'll try it with that Utera. And I think we're going to go with the Nyx because I like the ability to be getting all of those bodies out on the field. I'm worried that we won't have enough removal. So I'm just going to go... That's going to be the deck name. I'm worried. But that's okay. That's what we're here testing out to see if it's going to work better. And obviously, it's an imperfect science testing out like this. So we'll just kind of see where we're at and go from there. And if we have to wait too long, then we can always jump into the campaign. And I don't remember where I'm at with that. So then I would just start up a new one with y'all, and we will go through that adventure together. All right. What am I? Oh, this is my nerds, all my charge plated. Well, this one is not going well. Hmm. Oh boy, howdy. This is not looking so good. If we go hematophagic amoeba there, I am not going to destroy one of my creatures because I feel like it's worth more health to me alive than it is. Oh, well, that's no good. So let's just ditch that right there. And we will be trading for those 2 spots. We will be trading for those 3 spots. And I could soak up all that damage, but I think having a body on the board is going to be a little bit more impactful long term. Never mind. Okay, that was not... Yeah, and then none of these matter because my harvester died. So I have been trying out different options with that triple charge plated deck that I opened last week for the stream. Because it's a fun little deck. It's got a lot of really weak creatures. So I'm trying to figure out ways to not have to play them and still get the benefits of it. So let's just end this. We'll just forfeit and start a new campaign. Because that's more fun anyways. Okay. Here we go. Campaign. I don't want to do the fast mediocre. I will do the less mediocre because this one was actually kind of good. We're not going to go at level 10, but we can go level 4. They've updated the animations a little bit for the campaign mode. So it previews the full distance you have to go to get to Reclusa. We could be giving our mages +2/+2. There aren't a whole lot of mages in this deck. When you use your Forgeborn ability, play up to 2 mindless zombie minions. That's going to be helpful. At the start of combat, give one of your creatures +3 attack. If it is your only creature in play, give it +3 health. I haven't typically run into that situation, but I do like the opportunity to play a couple of mindless zombie minions in order to work with the Apocamancer that I have in this deck and be replacing the crappy creatures that are charge plated. All right. So the opponent, Spite Hydra, good. And we already got that Apocamancer right away. So let's see if we can hide that. Hide that over here. Scourge Hydra. Well, I didn't destroy anything yet. So my options here are going to be the Packmaster, where it'll be buffing up warriors when they're damaged, and it gets a little bit of attack right away. Or I might do Nature's Progression, but I do have one of my charge plated, so I would be able to upgrade one of these to something that's a little less useless. And I'm taking 9 damage right away. I think I'm going to go with that. All right. And taking 9 down to a good old 36 right away. Good start. Okay, now we definitely have to start blocking this incoming damage. Let's go something. Actually, we can go like this. So we're going to go the Salvage Inventor there. No, we're going to switch it. Salvage Inventor there. Gizmo here, because then my next I can replace the Gizmo with the Tusk Mage, giving it +2/+2, and then I get to deal lethal damage there. Oh, well, I'll just have to replace next time then to get that Geist out of the way. Okay, suppressing is good. Charge plated is going to be good at some point. So let's start out there. Actually, let's be smart about this. Let's start out there. And then we can replace the suppressing Prophet It's going to destroy a creature with 3 attack or less, right there. Thank you very much. And then the Apocamancer, because I replaced a creature, is going to destroy, or, deal 3 damage to a creature, which effectively destroys that Geist. And that comes back, but I'm okay with that. All right. So normally Intimidate at level 2 just turns, well, actually at any level, just turns one a creature's attack to 0. But one of the upgrades I have in this campaign mode is I can choose 2 enemy creatures to set their attack to 0. Now, I'm not going to quite do that yet because I've got some other things in play. Namely, getting a second Apocamancer out, because remember the benefit that I played right away, or I chose, the node, was to play 2 mindless zombie minions when I use my Forgeborn ability. So I need to use that appropriately and in conjunction with what could end up destroying my opponent's board. So I think we're going to do the Forgeborn ability first. Set 2 a creature's attack to 0. Set to 0. Set to 0, but it's not going to matter because they're both going to be, at least those 2 are going to be destroyed. We're going to go 1. Nope. Let's just do the replacing right away. 0, 0, 1, 2. Then because I've got the level 1 and level 2 Apocamancer, they're both triggering. So that's going to deal 3 damage. And then I'll deal 5 damage. I'll deal 3 more damage there. And then I'll actually just throw this 5 at Cersei's face. And then my second card, I think, is going to be this other Salvage Inventor. And go here, and then I'll just have all 8 damage go to Cersei's face. Because this 0-3 here, it may be smart just to remove it, but it's not bothering me right now. And it would allow me to get more damage directly to my opponent. All right. I got 2 charge plated right here. Not a great start. But I think I can go like this and just play my Gizmo on top and deal all 8 damage right there to keep that Apocamancer alive. And then we are going to go like this. Apocamancer, if you let it get going, especially if you have multiple Apocamancers or multiple ways to be replacing creatures, that card can get out of hand. Yeah, that originally in this deck, the Apocamancer was kind of a nice card, but there was no synergy with it because I don't have a whole lot of minions or minion generation or things like that in this half deck. But whenever I get an opportunity to add that in via these upgrade nodes, I definitely take advantage of it. Okay, so when you play a spell sprite minion, one of your random empty lanes. That's going to be excellent help. When you use your Forgeborn ability, play up to 1 zombie brute minion. Also fantastic help. When one of your mages comes into play, deal 3 damage to an enemy creature. That's not going to help so much. So I think I like playing a spell and still getting a creature out. I think I like that over being able to play 3 minions whenever I use my Forgeborn ability. Actually, no. That's leading a little too much into one specific synergy, especially if I'm trying to beat Reclusa. Okay, so now we've got the Spring Dryad. When you gain health, Spring Dryad gains 5 health. That one's really punishing. Raging Basher, whenever one of your creatures comes into play, they lose their printed abilities for the turn. Also, not. Oh, that's going to really hurt. And Summoning Muthrall. Muthrall starts the game with Impending Doom in play, and all zombies come into play with +3 health. Now, in my deck, I actually do have a zombie, the Charge Plated Techno Hulk. So that would get a slight boost. But I think we're going to try going with the Spring Dryad. No, because I know my opponent wants to be gaining health. My deck has no health gain in it. Yeah, let's try it. Because I've got my Charge Plated creatures that if any of my level 3s can get out, then I will have such an advantage where it doesn't matter if my opponent's going to be at 50, 60, 70 health. I'll still be able to take them down. Okay, so we're just going to open up with playing a couple of creatures. Then we might be able to do the Packmaster. Oh no, I'm not going to... Let's see. 4, yes. So... as long as my opponent doesn't gain health with this card play, which they didn't, then I get to take out that Carnivorous Taro, which was definitely going to be a source of headache with how I know the rest of this deck is constructed. Okay. 5/6 as a warrior. I think... let's go Apocalypser here, and then I might have the Charge Plated Justicar replace that Gizmo, because then it will gain enough health, or it'll have enough health and attack to win that trade. I'll be able to deal 3 damage somewhere. I'll just throw it there. And then I win 2 trades, and we're still pretty even in the other one. And all of my creatures are warriors, at least right now. So they all get that Packmaster bonus. I like that. Ooh, and that's going to help. Relentless Wanderers is going to help. So let's start that over there. Because that is my one consistent source of minion generation, where then I can be replacing something. So let's go there. And then 6 of one, half dozen of the other. But then I get to deal damage right there. And I'm going to Electronet that Wisp. All right, so I make 1 trade and win a couple other times. I'm good with that. And we are still waiting for somebody to challenge me with my worried deck in the chat. Or not in the chat, in the queue. Oh, there we go. CJ Flax, I don't know if I've played this person before. And I'm going first. Okay, so we've got a very different set of win conditions here. I'm going to lead off with a creature with stealth. That wants to be unopposed anyways. So I like double dipping and getting extra benefit for that. And we're going to see what my opponent's going to do in response. Oh, no. Okay. Krogius, I gotcha. Okay. I like the ability to be having Broodfang around, but it's not really very helpful at this point. I think I'll do it there for the future value that I could be getting. Oh, good call. So then they get aggressive as well. And I still win both combats, but now both of my creatures have taken damage. Yeah, and that's a good one to level up. Okay, we got some toys now. Kindred Rex and Nap Time might be a good combo. Leyline Vermin also shuts things off. The Spirit Leash should be a really good combo here with my Spectre. Yeah, I do. I've got a lot of good options this time around. I think I am just going to go like this. And Spirit Leash there to give a spirit. And now my opponent has to choose, are they going to be trying to trade, likely trading with this here, or they're going to go, okay. Let's see. So I wonder. I am going to try the Rex. Actually, Nap Time. No, no matter what, that's good. No matter what, Leyline Vermin is good. They're both turning things off. I do need to be moving faster because I'm going against a Krogius. So that determined it for me. Is I need to be moving faster because I'm going against a Krogius. So we're going to go like that. Hmm. Let's see. So I do like the Pterodon Mauler, but I don't like the fact that I might have to play the Corrupt Apparition in order to get it full effect. No, I think we're just going to go like this. And then have a battle. And just not even fuss. Just take it out because I'm guessing my opponent wants to be getting some value. Gross. Well, I need to be going fast, and I don't know if that Kindred Rex is going to be around long enough to really help me out. So we're just going to have a couple of stealthy creatures out, and then hopefully do 12 damage to my opponent's face. Just see if we can be playing really fast with this. Well, and that's not going to matter. I will be able to do 5. Because I do Terra Charger is a really good removal option. Okay, cycle 2, I get a Zombie Brute. And I've got options to be going fast. I need to be going really fast because my opponent likely in cycle 3 is going to get Krogius and be able to play it. And then that's, it's going to be a game ender for me. So we're trying to figure out ways to make this work. Get a Zombie Brute. Okay. Let's go the Creeper over there and then have my opponent either take 5 more damage or destroy likely the engine to what they're trying to run for right now. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and then Krogus level 2, of course. And then I am going to go this Forsaken Spectre over here because that's going to get boosted up a lot. And okay, we've got to be aggressive because now my opponent's gaining a lot of life and they've got Krogius level 3 on the way. So I'm going to destroy that there because the 7 health doesn't matter too much to me. Maybe it does. I'm trying to get rid of that Spring Dryad because I need to continue to get my opponent down as low as possible before Krogius comes out. Okay. Well, nap time does that, and I get a little bit of health for it. Opponent's Forgeborn ability is Growth Aura. Okay. Depending on what they do. Oh, a Mantis. Depending on what they do, I might do Portal Shade in order to really punish my opponent. Yep. Give your creatures 3 health, you get 3 health. Mm-hmm. So if I do the Mauler, then they're going to use their Forgeborn ability again, or use their Forgeborn ability to give this more health than my creature would be attacking with. So I think I'm going to Portal Shade again, the level 2, and have 22 stealth damage staring down my opponent. And we're going to see how they react, because I'm trying to put my opponent in such a low health situation that even if they got Krogius, that I would still have one shot at it. And that is tough. So still down to 31. Hmm? Oh, I can get Swamp Moss Lurker for free. There you go, Scuba Toad. Hmm. But I don't have any way of clearing this lane to keep doing damage to my opponent. It's not so good. Not so good indeed. Oh. Well, that's pretty tough. Let's do the Steadfast Meba into the Bartok into the Swamp Moss Lurker. And the Swamp Moss Lurker I'll put in the lane with the Spring Dryad. Oh, it still won't take it out now, so. Shoot. Yeah. Freshing Bartok. I need to replace a creature to gain that health, which I did, so I do. Next creature gets +2/+2. So I'll go here and bump that up to a 6/8. All right. Ooh, if I Epidemicked, I would lose my board. Hmm. I don't think I want to do that. But there probably is value in going like this. Gaining the 5. And what is their Forgeborn ability? Shapeshift one of your creatures +6/+6. This turn has all creature types. I'm guessing they're going to be doing that on the Spring Dryad because they'll want to be keeping that alive. Although if they get Krogius, then they'll just throw Krogius out and buff it up a little bit more, and then that'll be the end of that. So we shall see. But I'm hoping I can get this Steadfast Creeper out and do some serious damage that way. Oh, well, I kind of predicted that. I'm still going to go the Steadfast Creeper here. Gets buffed. Deals 6 damage to the enemy player unless they destroy one of their creatures. Okay. And then I get to play this for free because I gained health. So at least it'll still trade with the Spring Dryad. And I wonder if I want to... No, I think I should save that just in case. Oh boy. So that will be able to wipe out my whole board. Oh, that's rough. So that's going to be 20. It's going to be really difficult to come back from this because that is a well-timed Utera Charger. If there was any like emoticon or something like that, I could tip my hat to my opponent. I definitely would because that was probably it. That was probably the game there. Yep. Because I don't have much I can really answer with at this point. And knowing that Krogus 3 come at any point, it just that this is probably going to be the slow end of the road for me. And that would be 6. Yeah, let's go like that there. I still do have my Forgeborn ability, which, we'll see if we can use that to then make a trade with one of their creatures. Not that one. Not that one. So let's see. I go like this. And that's going to trade there. -4. That goes there. And then we still take lethal. I know I could have chump blocked on the Zombie Brute, but the writing was on the wall. But that's where this match was going to end. So, yep, if you don't have hard removal, there is no hard removal for Krogius. If you don't have hard removal to get rid of threats, then that puts you in a very difficult spot. I cannot stress enough how important having ways to remove whatever your opponent is doing from the board, that is essential to having success. Okay, so we are going to try this again. Because even though I'm worried, I still think that this is a good pair. It's got good cards in it. And then we'll just kind of see where we go from it. But we get to pick up where we left off from here. And I was doing some replacement. That's right. This here. Let's replace with the Tusk Mage instead. Because I will want to get that into the banish pile at some point. There. And then Electronet. Ooh. So now that we are halfway through the stream, I think this is a good time to mention that last Saturday we had a sealed digital client event where people paid $5. They got their pack of 4 sealed half decks from set 2, Battle for White Fang Pass. And they mixed and matched and they found a fuse that worked. You could be changing your deck between rounds as long as it stayed between those 4 that you just opened there. And at the end of the event, anybody who won 3 matches or more got to keep their decks. So for paying $5, you had like a 50-50 chance of keeping your decks. And we had, I think it was 25 people show up for it, including some people who might be in the chat. I know some people who were in the chat earlier. And it was a great event. We had, I think Ankh was the only undefeated for it. But those events are always fun to run and to have people showing up for. And uh, we have another sealed event coming up this Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time, where it's $20, and everybody who signs up gets a full booster that you get to keep no matter what. So you get a sealed booster from set 2, and you get to keep it. Then anybody who finishes in the top cut, we will be getting deck codes for additional half decks. So you're automatically, it's, if you were going to buy a booster anyways, you buy this and then you play in an event, and if your decks are any good, then you get a chance to be winning more half decks. And I always think that more decks are better than less decks. I might do this Saturday too. Yeah, it's meant to be a different flavor than when you're trying to win to get your decks, because I'm trying to figure out the balance, and I always want feedback from the community. So reach out to me on Discord at still Jurch, or I'm Jurch on the Stoneblade stuff, and let me know what things you think go well, what things you'd be more likely to engage in, and all that good stuff. And I make events because I want people to play in them. So I don't want to be doing an event that people aren't going to play in. So we had last week where it was a little bit more competitive, and you have to win enough in order to keep your decks. But then this weekend is meant to be more casual, and if you're winning, then you get extra rewards. So I'm always looking to play around with styles and formats to try to make this the best experience possible for everybody. So with set 3, the last winter, coming out in the very near future, in the next couple of weeks, we might start to be able to run tournaments for that as well, which would be really fun. And because very few people actually have set 3 product, it was only if you attended Fuse Fest did you actually get your hands on physical set 3. And but this would be, if we're doing another tournament in like 3 weeks or whatever. I haven't scheduled June yet, but I would want to be doing stuff as soon as set 3 releases or soon after, so then everybody gets to jump on board with that. That would be very exciting for me. But it looks like we did find another match to be going against. Oh, and a Betrayer Darkheart Sorcerer. Oh. Well, I think we're going to go that route. I'm always a fan of a Darkheart Sorcerer, so we're going to see if my opponent has their deck list visible or not. And they do not. They have their settings hidden, so their opponents cannot see their decks. And hey, you do you. I think it's very important to allow people to be seeing your half decks, or the deck that you're playing. Just because when you're playing the physical game, it is public information. But people are going to do what they feel is best, and there's only so much that we can do to negotiate that. Okay, so I'm over 50, which means I can go like this and turn off Darkheart Sorcerer again. And do that. I should have played Swamp Moss Lurker right away. Oh, because if they do anything that is going to damage my health directly, then I don't get this for free. What are you destroying? Okay. Oh, please don't be like a Flame Jet or something. Or a Conflagrate. I could deal with that. How do you share deck lists again? That is an excellent question, J.E. Bailey, and I will show you after the round, after this match, because it's just a setting that you have to go in and change. Let's see. Frankenbaum and Swamp Moss to at least make my opponent be thinking about what's going on. All right. And we don't have anything to pair with the Rex. Forsaken Spectre. I do like that one, but I have to put it in an open lane to get the Forsaken part to proc. Yeah, okay. So we're doing okay. I need to get rid of this Dark Heart Sorcerer as soon as possible, because I know what kind of a problem that can cause. Okay. Blight Witch is not the problem here. Blight Witch is not the problem. Because they're going to have to be sacrificing pretty valuable board state at this point. Granted, that Necromancer's not doing a whole lot for him because my creature's got stealth. So do I do the Kindred Rex and I hope that I get dinosaurs coming in? I think I like that route. So let's go that there. Normally I wouldn't block with a creature that I really want to keep around, but if I get to win that trade or force my opponent to change their plans so that it's an even trade, I think I can stomach that. Right now, I need to figure out what to do. Oh, yeah. Well, now it's going to be a fair trade. Yeah. Well played. But then, are they going to activate the Blight Witch? Destroy. Probably, I would destroy the Necromancer over Frankenbaum if I had a spell that I wanted to be playing. Yeah. Yep. Because that Necromancer wasn't doing anything. Oh, and then Infernal Ritual to destroy. Yeah, they're gonna back it up. Yep, do that before. Yeah, because now they win that trade. Yep, that makes a lot more sense. And it taught me that I should have put my Rex in front of the Dark Heart Sorcerer. Anyways, yeah. Nope, learning that lesson. Learning that lesson. Well, but I've got good options here where I can nap time a couple of things, get some health back. I can batter hide. Oh, ooh, I like that. Dark Heart Sorcerer in a same deck with a Cloud Rift and Sky Conduit. Nice. Aha. Okay, well, that is going to be a problem. That is going to be a problem. So I'm going to have to be silencing that Dark Heart Sorcerer early and often. If they end up using their Forgeborn ability to destroy, I would have preferred that they do that. Batter Hide, Swamp Moss Lurker. What is that at level 2? That is strong enough that that's going to help. So what we're going to do is we're going to go like this. Have the Dark Heart Sorcerer not have any printed abilities. And there we go. And they'll probably use their Forgeborn ability to destroy one of my level 1s, which I'm okay with because I have no other choice. But then I'm probably going to go Nap Time into Swamp Moss Lurker. Or maybe Epidemic into Swamp Moss Lurker. I think I might go that route instead. Epidemic into Swamp Moss Lurker. Unless they do something that causes me to get below 40 health where I can't do Swamp Moss, then I'd have to do Nap Time. Yep, so now I can do this and it won't be a problem. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay, Epidemic. There we go. Got this here. And let's get that zombie brute out. Ooh. Okay. First up is going to be Leyline Vermin and shutting off that Dark Heart Sorcerer so they don't get more value out of that Sky Conduit. And then I think I'll put Frankenbomb over here in my last open lane to at least fill it up and put my opponent in a fairly rough spot. Yep. Or, no, let's do it here. So then I'll take out both of their Dark Heart Sorcerers and get a Zombie Brood out of it still without taking any damage. I like that. I wonder. I wonder if the Necrium Tempest would be a worthy pairing. Zombie Brute, right there. Ooh, now I got some directions I can go here. Because I've got the Corrupt Apparition with the Broodfang. And I could do that in order to start getting the Broodfang to work. Or I could do the Kindred Rex into, excuse me, Refreshing Bartok, which would gain me health, so my Kindred Rex would be extra powered up in order to be surviving future rounds of combat. And I'm off Forge, so I get time to figure it out. I get time to decide which route my opponent will dictate. I'm thinking I do Corrupt Apparition and Broodfang to the Apparition here, eat the Zombie Brute, and then put the Broodfang in that newly open lane, and then pop down their Sentinel a little bit. Yeah, we'll just see where we're going with this. My opponent is taking a long time. Probably doing a lot of sequencing, I bet. Trying to figure out the correct order to play a bunch of cards, which is not going to work out well for me. Hmm. And then group meal. Those each get buffed. Okay, that makes sense. And they get to upgrade a card from their banish pile. Which, oh, I haven't seen any Thunder. Oh, got that Necromancer directly up to level 3. That's going to be a problem. Well, the dinosaurs just aren't falling for me. Major apologies to my friend Cardboard Newt, who is the Dino Czar. They love playing dinosaurs. And I like playing dinosaurs whenever they're watching on stream, but I can't. I think in order for me to win, I can't do the dinosaur route because the Kindred race kind of needs another dinosaur to be coming out at the same time as it in order to get the full value or to protect it. So we go like that. And unless my opponent plays a spell, oh, and they did. Okay. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Because now I have to choose what I'm going to save. Winning this trade, trading and getting a brute, losing this trade, and whatever I put here, I would be losing. So if I stick to my plan and do the Brood Fang, I can give something -3, -3. So that could mean that this becomes a trade, that this I win, that one I win, or some of the other ones become more in my favor. I think if I paid 5 to get that apparition out, I need to keep it alive. So I'm not going to deliberate too much. We're just going to see that there. I do get a brute. Go that there. Ooh, I think I like how this is going to go. So we'll go the Refreshing Bartok here. Next creature is going to get +2, +2. If I replaced a creature, I get 4 health. That works for me now. Then I am going to use, granted, if I have to keep all these 3 creatures alive, but if I somehow do, I will use my Forgeborn ability to get a zombie minion out. I will then play the camouflaged ranger and primal surge, not primordial slam, primal surge for free and get some pretty good sized creatures out there. That is if I'm able to keep my board as it is. I highly doubt it. It was fun while it lasted. My opponent is Army Commander. All right. But they don't have any cards in their banish pile because this is the start of the deck cycle. So not too worried about that. Okay. So that would be 5/7. So if we go this here. Oh no! Oh. Because I wanted that for the Ranger. Because because that would be 7 attack and armor. Nope, let's just do it here then. Oh, that's not going to matter because that's only up to 7. Oh, what a comedy of errors. Okay. So we go like this. There. Gets the buffs. Go this here. I've got no empty lanes, so that gets +2, +2. And then I go here, so then at least the armor is going to matter right now. At least the armor is going to matter right now. And then we'll kind of see where we go from there. I do like how this has been playing better. I'll probably have to go back to the Tempest one for the last match of the night to just see. Yeah, we will just see how this one goes, and I can't imagine it's going to go too well. I'm at a fairly strong disadvantage. I know that they have spell slinging and the Dark Heart Sorcerer to worry about, but they must not have a really good situation currently. If they're not doing anything with it. It's very odd that they're... Oh, okay. So they're putting Dark Heart Sorcerer over there. I think they wanted to put it in this center lane, but then knowing that I would have 7 stealth damage coming through every turn would have hurt. But they're up by 14, so... I don't know. But we've got 2 trades, 1 lane where they're winning it, 1 lane where I'm winning it, and then I'm open laning for 6 damage, so... But them having their level 3 Dark Heart Sorcerer is to their advantage. Granted, now, between Leyline Vermin and then my 2 dinosaur combo, either option will shut out and then destroy the Dark Heart. I just need to figure out which route I want to go. Good thing my opponent gets to go first, so then I get to be reactive on this. Right, so they are using their army commander to then get the necromancer out. The level 3 is playing a card from your discard pile for free. So they are going to get a lot of free plays eventually. I think I want to do the Rex Lurker combo though. Yep. That is going to hurt. Yeah. Yep, that definitely does hurt. It's going to be buffing up the creatures, dealing a lot of damage to me. I think in order to stay alive, though, I have to use the Leyline Vermin to then turn off the Dark Heart Sorcerer. And then I don't know if I want to do Swamp Moss Lurker or if I can possibly do Frankenbomb And I think I am, because if I do Frankenbaum here like this, the level 3 Dr. Frankenbaum says when a creature is destroyed by this, you may play that creature from its owner's banish pile to any of your lanes. So I now get to take hold of that creature. And of all the spots I could put it, I'll just go right there. And now I'm going to turn off Dark Heart Sorcerer. And let's see. Actually, I hate to say it, but giving my opponent the ability to play another card for free is probably going to hurt me more. Hmm. Forsaken Spectre. And then let's just hope my opponent doesn't have multiple free spells that they can do, because then that would pretty much be the end of the game. Because the health drain would be a lot for me to overcome. I do have a fair amount of strong creatures in play and things, tricks still up my sleeve. But if they can play two more spells here, knock me down to just above single digits, and then still be able to keep this dark card around, it would really put me in a tough spot. I'm glad that I got rid of their necromancer. I'm glad that they don't have any more dark heart sorcerers, but if they get a couple of free spells out, it might put me in a world of hurt. Oh, that would do it too, because you can move Sky Conduit over there. Hoof duh. Yep. But I go this there. And then, as of right now, winning, trading. Probably, well, I hope they put a creature there instead of playing a spell. I've got a stealth creature there, and then I'm doing a whole bunch of damage and staying alive to where then I can be activating this at the start of my next turn, which would be the fourth deck cycle, where they have life drain. Oh, and that life drain is just enough to take out my Leyline Vermin. Oh, poo. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Wherever they put it, we'll be trading in all of those lanes. So we will be trading in. Oh. Oh no. Yep, they're gonna do it there. Yep. This may be the end. Because they get to go first. They're going to take out that Leyline Vermin. Poor thing. And then all they have to do is play a couple of spells. I'm not quite out of it yet. Let me go. Okay. So I use my Forgeborn ability. Yes, 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 and yes. And I will replace here because it's not going to matter whether it be that or one of the open lanes. I replaced a creature so I gain a little bit of health. And then the next creature that I play gets +4/+4, and that is going to be the Broodfang. And I will do that to give the Dark Heart. Oh. Well, they need 3 spells. I need 3 spells. I mean, two would put me in a rough spot, but at the very least, I can do my Brood Fang, activate it to destroy the Dark Heart Sorcerer, and then I'm still, with 2 turns left, I'm at an impossible disadvantage. Nearly impossible. Impossible for this deck. Yeah. Actually, if they have another spell, because then they would deal the 5 damage here, deal the 5 damage here again, and then that I wouldn't be able to block both of those lanes. Well, okay. All right. Now I need to somehow entirely flip the board and the amount of health. Hmm. Well, we've got this, and then I'll be able to go into the shifting Batterhide. All right, let's have a little bit of water. All the ice is melted. All right, opponent, what are you doing? You don't need to be doing much. Because let's see, best case scenario would be 17, 29, 29, 39, 40, 41. Yep. So there is nothing that I could do or could be done that would win me this match. So then we just are going to wait for the opponent to take their turn. Let's see, what other events can I talk about that are going on? In June and July, we are going to be having monthly qualifiers for Worlds. So the World Championships are held at Gen Con each year in Indianapolis, Indiana. And go there. Go there. Fight you. So the World Championships are held at Indianapolis, Indiana. That is the first weekend in August. And the event is $20. I know that on the Gen Con website, it currently says $50. That is something that we are trying to get fixed. We will see if we're going to make it where the event is going to cost people $20. Then, but if you are playing in our qualifier events, one in June, one in July, they're digital client events. And if you finish in first in that event, so it'll be Swiss, I believe 5 rounds plus a top cut, and whoever wins that event, they get a free entry into Worlds. Now, this is only paying for the Worlds event ticket. It's not paying for any travel. It's not paying for your ticket to Gen Con. It's not paying for anything else except for the $20 entry fee into the World Championship event. And otherwise, you just have to pay $20 in order to get in. But I wanted to do a couple of fun events where people get a chance to just win their way in, as opposed to having to pay their way in. Granted, it's not an exorbitant amount of money. It's just a little bit. Let's see. Oh, this is my first here. There we go. Give everybody a little cold. But I wanted to have a couple opportunities where people, if they were going to be going to Gen Con for sure, if they're going to be playing in the SolForge Championship, possibly, to then just give a little incentive to show up and play. All right. Which are you going to choose? I get rid of a creature. Haha. That's a fun deck that I was playing against. That's a fun deck. All right, so I do have to go back and show how you make your deck list available for opponents to see during a match. That is on the landing page. You go to settings. Uh-oh. That's not what I want. That made that too large. Okay, so settings and then game and share deck lists. Then if both you and your opponent have this enabled, you can view each other's decks. I, of course, have this on because I think it's good practice to, it is open information when you're playing in a physical event. So it's open information when you're playing in a digital event. And you both have this turned on, and then you'll be able to see each other's deck list. Just hitting Shift D when you're playing. So we've got time for one more match. I'm guessing that this will take a little bit too long. So let's go with something that might go a little bit faster. Let's see. What's going to be a nice fast one? I mean, if I'm looking for fast either way, that it of course has to be Jump, Jive, and Whale. There we go. That's my Lindy Hop deck. Whoops. Because that is a lot of mobility. It is mobility synergy deck. So it's going to win fast or it's going to lose fast. But either way, it's a fun dance for people. And we found an opponent. Cougar Bait, played them before. Okay. Metamind Overseer, and I'm going to do that into the Sculptor, and this free spell I'm going to play. I'm leaning towards Lightning Spark instead of Energy Surge. Normally, Energy Surge is a really, really good card to play, but this deck, like I said, is meant to go fast. So I am looking to defeat my opponent quickly or have them defeat me quickly. So we got that. Gizmo is going to bump that up to 2. I don't have a problem with this Necromancer dealing little bits of damage or upgrading level 1 cards. I would rather be doing face damage to my opponent. So we're going to go that route. Ooh, this is a betrayer here. Because see, you've got this kind of watermark of the Necrium symbol. Grimgaunt Predator normally happens in Necrium, but here we've got it in Aloyan. And that is really cool to see that like that. Here's all my mobility. So one of the, or two of the key cards in this mobility synergy, one of them is the Palladium Simulacrum. When a creature moves lanes, give this +2 attack, and it's got mobility. So it's going to solve its own puzzle a little bit. And then also the Yeti Warcaller that says if a creature moved to another lane this turn, deal 3 damage to a creature or player. So I'm going to put this Simulacrum in play, move it, put the Yeti Warcaller in play, and then have it deal damage. All right, go there and move. Gain some attack. And then I also get to profit on the back end as well Hmm. My opponent saw through that. Well, let's go here. And I don't want to get rid of the Betrayer because it looks super cool. No, I think that's probably the right play. There we go. So now, after this round of combat, my opponent's going to be able to destroy a level 1 creature. I'm guessing it's going to be one of these two. Yep, that's a good call. But I do have other creatures with mobility in this deck, so that I will still get profit from this if I need. Hmm. Let's do that. Let's go the Palladium Hindermind there. And move this over in the way there of their big creature. And then we'll just pop that and deal 3 damage right off the bat. Okay, so now I've got 2 options. I don't want to fill all my lanes, so I don't want to play the Lightning Tamer. I would like to be able to get Flame Jet in. But now that they've shown that they might want to be doing Circe's Call, me giving them a free mindless zombie minion isn't such a great idea. Now, if they play another spell anyways, then 2 spells would be enough minions. So, ooh, Palladium Pulse Mage, you say? Trade those there. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Normally, I would do Flame Jet and Windspark Elemental. Actually, let's. But because I know that my opponent has Circe's Call, them getting an extra 3/3 body out of this is not helpful. So we're just going to trade there. Yeah. Okay. And now I've got my level 2 Palladium Simulacrum and my level 2 Yeti Warcaller. So then those will be able to start pinging for a lot of damage, either to my opponent's face or to be dealing a lot of damage to their board, because this 7/9 deals 4 damage when a creature's moved lanes. Yeah, I have no problem doing that. And my Forgeborn ability is give one of your creatures 4 attack. This turn it gets 4 armor. So I'll go like that. I'm going to protect my Simulacrum because I want it to be in a spot where... Ooh, Charge Blade of Virtuoso. Nice! Somebody's a fan! Because I don't want it to be losing attack if or losing health if it doesn't have to. So I go like this. Activate to move over. So then it gets the attack. Then I can activate each of these to be dealing damage. And going to get Flame Jet for free. There we go. Okay. So now I'm in the spot where it's going to be disadvantageous for me to be playing a creature. Because it's going to fill up one of these 2 lanes. So I do think I'm going to move and do that right away. But then I'm going to play Everflame Aura, which gives a creature attack and readies it. If it was reduced health, then this would be free. But this wasn't. So now I get the opportunity to move it again. Aha. Well, Might as well just give it extra attack, considering they dreadbolted me. Deal a little direct damage, and then do a Windspark Elemental right there. And let's see what they're going to come up with. Because they need to block the Simulacrum in order to stay alive. So they will do just that. But now I've got 3 creatures out, and I've got ability to do direct damage with that Lightning Spark. And then you can see a couple of the other movement synergy cards, like the Epic Hawk. Activate this swaps lanes with another one of your creatures. So then that would be 2 creatures changing lanes. And when I do that, then this would go up twice. Metasight has 2 creatures swap lanes as well. Let's go like that. There. Swap those. And then because a creature changed lanes, I can do that and then just damage my opponent directly. And that's Jump, Jive, and Wail. That is my mobility. So it's a fun little parlor trick. I don't think that it's a highly competitive deck, but it is pretty fun. And it looks like we have enough time for probably one more quick match. I don't have any other deck that's going to go that quick. But let's see, what's something else that can go fairly quickly? If that one high rolls, it goes fast. Okay. So this one, the Wailing Teachers, Gen Con 2022, that is when I made this deck. It was a sealed event where I think this was one where I played against a whole bunch of members from the Catlin family. They're locals to Indiana, and they go to Gen Con every year. Their whole family plays SolForge Fusion, and I'm looking forward to seeing them once again in just a couple of months. So I think this is the deck that I pulled against them in that event. And now we are going to see against Cougar Bait again, but they are using a different deck. Okay. And my deck here is meant to go really fast. It is predicated on my Forgeborn ability, Dark Forge Drain, giving a creature +2/+2 for each spell in your banish pile. So then I try to have a lot of spells in my banish pile early and often. So I'm looking to just pump it full of spells and then give one of my creatures that has breakthrough, do Dark Forge Drain on it. And then that's all she wrote. Because you can't stop something with breakthrough, and I'm hoping that my opponent doesn't have enough hard removal. Oh, poo. I don't even think I'm going to go pack Rex on this. Because if I go the Mecha Mage, like that there, then those 2 creatures are going to trade. Yeah, that's a good play by my opponent, but I still get to be in the position I want to be in, and I want to be playing as many spells as possible. Okay, fair. Let's go there and activate. And then I'll do Ice Storm, which actually readies this Omni. Well, that won't matter because now there's no opposing creatures. So I got a few spells in. Not nearly enough for my taste. Hmm. But I will go my other Freezing Omni over here, and then I'll go, depending on what my opponent does, deal 2 damage to each enemy creature. Okay, gross. Ooh, a Betrayer. Huh. But now, do I want to be doing... Nah, I do. I need to get spells out. So, we're going to go like this. And they waste a spell, and then I don't have any target for my Pyre Song, so we waste that as well. But that's okay, because I am pumping up my Banish pile with spells. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 in there right now. I would like to get up to 6 or 7 before I use my Forgeborn ability. I'll be able to, depending on the route that my opponent goes, I might do Shardplate Delver into Toxic Spores, or Toxic Spores into a Seer Mecha Mage. But either way, I got to get that Toxic Spores out. Are they going to roll at me? 3 damage, you say? Okay. Let's go there, and that gets +5/+5. Dealing 5 damage there. Gross. But Toxic Spores means I get to give that all right back. I get that all right back. And I don't have enough spells that that's going to matter at this point anyways. So we'll see if I get a spell or two that I can play and then Dark Forge Drain before my opponent gets to do anything. Yeah, might as well. Fit of Rage. And there's no reason to... Nope. Let's do it now and hope that they don't have hard removal. They've got hard removal or Botanimate or something like that, then I'm just out of luck. And there's no point to keep playing spells at this point, but I don't want to give them a creature on the board that they could be replacing or doing something like that. So let's just keep it a clean board and deal 26 damage of Breakthrough, -7. So 19. Oh, I guess they'll just let it be 26. They get to wipe that away right away. My Forgeborn ability now, Growth Aura, give your creatures +4 health. You gain 4 health. Going against Stimbolt, playing a spell for free. I'll just go freezing. Nah, let's put it more towards the middle so that I might be able to get Ice Storm off if my opponent's playing multiple creatures. But this Freezing Omni, ready when you play Ice Storm, activate, deal 4 damage to each enemy creature. So that's a nice little board control. And it disincentivizes the opponent from just kind of chump blocking. Well, they're not going to do that. They're just going to fight a couple of times and be done with it. Oh. Gotcha. Hibernating, 5/11 is pretty good. But that Heartseeker is going to be a better ability. Third cycle. Let's just not get cute. Let's not get cute. Nice empty board. Uh-huh. We'll go there. Let's see if we can develop this Pterodon Mauler a little bit. And go like that there to give it a little bit of extra attack and breakthrough, but I don't have many tricks left right now outside of rebuilding the rest of my deck. Because now my opponent has the advantage on me there. Granted, I've got a substantial health advantage, so I'm in good shape. But I don't have a whole lot of other win conditions left. Deal 4 damage. Yep, takes that out. Deals 5 to me. Hmm. 9 and oof. Gotcha. Okay. Hmm. Um. Let's go like this and let my opponent play a spell for free. Gotcha. And then I will play Toxic Spores for free to give that bunch of attack and get rid of a lot of, well, a bunch of health and get rid of all the health on that. Not there. And we will see what they are going to do in response. Pterodon Mauler there. Okay. Right. I know that my Forgeborn ability is unused right now. So I think it has to be Shardplate Delver. And it's giving my creatures +4. So we'll go here. It didn't replace, so it doesn't get the benefit. But there. Okay. Because I don't want that Mauler to be giving anything +4/+4. Okay, here we go. Give up to 2 of your creatures 12 armor this turn. Give your creatures +4 attack. This turn they get 3 mobility. Holy Toledo. That could cause a problem. So what we are going to do is we are going to go like this. I get to play a spell for free. I'm going to go Druid's Chant right there. Give 2 of your creatures 12 armor this turn. Let's give it to the thing with Breakthrough. And we'll give it to the thing in the lane where anything gets Breakthrough. And then I think my other play is probably going to be the Asir Mecha Mage because I played a spell. Then I can deal 5 damage. 6 damage. 6 damage would be enough. 6 damage would win it. Go that there. Because deal 6 damage to the enemy player. And then I've got 3 breakthrough damage coming here. So unless they replace this or try to do something else to get rid of my Shardplate Delver, then I will win this match. And we are just over time for the night, for the week. Oh, nice call. If it's on one of the dinosaurs, then it's keeping everything alive. Oh no, that flips the board a little bit. Because I wanted to just be able to end it, and now I can't. Now I can't. I need to be able to do direct damage somehow. 3 points of direct damage somehow, and I don't have many options left. or just survive 32 health on this, which I do think I can do that. I do think that I can just outlast, but that's not a very fun way, not a very engaging way to go for a stream. There and there. Actually, let's be a little bit smarter than that, just in case. There and there. Okay. Then we'll see. Oh. Oh. And a lot of breakthrough going on. Okay. Well, the wisp, I guess, just kind of gets plopped on top. And the oak father there. Yep. And get to give something +8/+8. And it could be, probably going to be that. Toward my guardian that has breakthrough. Oh. I think it should have been the Torgmai that had breakthrough. I'm going to destroy 2 creatures that have decreased health. So I'm going to take those out. And I think that might be Pyre Song for the win. Yeah. There and there. And I don't know what they could reasonably do that would be able to fill this lane and destroy my creature with what they have left. Oh, well, they could do that and just wipe my board, and then we're going to see something very interesting. Because we're going to go to sudden death. Oh no! Oh, if I just put a strong creature in front there, but no. You all get a treat. You get to see sudden death. I've never done sudden death on the digital client before. You've entered sudden death. The first player to lose health loses the game. Oh no! For anybody sticking around, this is pretty cool. Oh, this actually should just be when it's changing health. Because I believe that if I gain health, then I win. Yep. Yeah. Wow. What a match. That is crazy. That's the first sudden death that I've been a part of on the digital client, and you all get to see it. And wow, we get to pull it out at the end. That was the only chance that I had to win because I didn't have any direct damage left, I don't think. Outside of maybe my Mecha Mage, but then I would have needed a spell, and if my opponent did any damage to me, game over. Wow. That was a really fun way to end it. That's pretty cool. So thank you everybody who stuck around. Thank you for all of those who are going to be watching after the fact. We're just going to transition here. Check out our monthly Stoneblade news show on Forge. There, if you actually scan this QR code, let me back up because now I got the fancy QR code with it. If you scan this QR code, it'll take you to this interactive slide where we've got all of these resources available. You can click on the link on Forge in order to go right to our monthly Stoneblade Entertainment news channel where we talk SolForge Fusion, we talk Ascension, we talk Shards of Infinity, we have guests on sometimes. April's episode, nope, is actually the start of May's episode that had the president of Stoneblade Entertainment, Justin Gary, on. So check that interview out. Also, you click that Utera link to join our Discord. You can follow us on Twitter by clicking the Aloyan one and finding the digital client on Steam. If you liked what you saw and you haven't bought in yet, we're looking for positive reviews on Steam to help boost the rating and let other people find this awesome game. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week.